This video contains spoilers about the Umbrella Academy, Season 1 and Season 2. The Umbrella Academy Season 2 ends on a cliffhanger, where the team travels back to 2019 and discovers the existence of the Sparrow Academy. Now, I'm sure there are tons of videos out there talking about the why and how behind it, but in this video, I want to focus on what's next. For example, how their life could be changed and how other people's life could be changed. Let's go with the theory that Sir Reginald Hargreaves was simply so unimpressed by the Umbrella Academy in 1963 and decided to adopt new children and thus creating a new timeline. I will call the old one the Umbrella timeline and the new one the Sparrow timeline. If we assume that the members of the Umbrella Academy died or grew up elsewhere in this timeline, the life of those people they met in their previous life also changed. Let's start with the non-Academy people back in 2019 in the Umbrella timeline. Luther spends his years either in the Academy or on the moon, so we'll skip him. Diego, on the other hand, had a life with friends and even an ex. That's Detective Eudora Patch, who tragically died in Season 1 while trying to save Klaus from Hazel and Cha-Cha. Now, in the Sparrow timeline, if she never met Diego at all, could she still be alive? More importantly, will Diego meet her again in Season 3? That could be another Klaus and Dave situation all over again. I know they broke up quite some time ago, and now Diego's in a sort of relationship with Lila, but I believe he has a special place for her in his heart. I only wish that if they do meet in Season 3, it won't be as bad as Klaus and Dave meeting. Maybe Klaus can give him some advice on this, making Klaus' Season 2 storyline more meaningful. Allison had a family in the Umbrella timeline, her ex-husband Patrick and her daughter Claire. It's clear that she doesn't really care about Patrick anymore, and his life probably won't be influenced much. But Claire's existence purely depends on their marriage. If there's no Allison in the Sparrow timeline, there won't be a Claire either. That would be really sad for Allison, because in Season 2 she basically said that her main motive of going back is for Claire. And she can't keep losing people that she loves. The first thing she wanted to do after coming back to 2019 is to check on her daughter. Now it seems like an impossible task. It would be horrible for Allison to lose both Claire and Raymond at the same time. And she might find Raymond again, but she'll never have Claire again if the timeline never goes back to the Umbrella timeline. We'll skip Klaus, Five, and Ben, since one of them was always high, and the other two were just absent. With Vanya, it might seem like she lives a lonely life and has no friend, but let's not forget Leonard, or should I say Harold Jenkins, the main antagonist of Season 1. I don't think his presence would alert Vanya as much as Patches would do to Diego, but if he exists the same way as before, he will still target the Sparrow Academy. Maybe this time he will simply find no chance of corrupting one member, or the Sparrow Academy has already dealt with him somehow. I feel like his storyline is pretty much finished in Season 1, so the chance of seeing him again is probably lower than Detective Patch. Moving on from the people in the Umbrella timeline, let's go back to the 60s. Let's start with Raymond. With the letter Allison has left him, I don't feel like he would be a part of the story again, but there might be chances that Allison would meet an old version of him. I would definitely cry if that ever happens. Klaus did two main things in his time in the 60s, starting a cult and meeting Dave. Meeting Dave probably only influenced Dave's own life. Now that we know his life's gonna be completely different, I wonder if we are gonna see more of that. Dave's storyline ends on quite a sour note, and I really wish there's more to that. Klaus's cult, though, has affected many more people's lives, and it seems like their life has been turned upside down. I wonder if that's gonna change the world's flow, because maybe there's someone among them who could be a game changer in the Umbrella timeline, but decided not to do it this time. Also, pop music's gonna be really different, but that's not the story. Cece and Harlan are definitely gonna come back in some ways, considering the last shot of Harlan in Season 2 is showing that he still has powers. He's gonna be in his 60s in 2019, so how would he come back as a character? Will he help Vanya, or will he be a villain? Only the writers can tell us that. The last important change is a commission. With the handler out of power, I believe the Commission will no longer pose as an antagonist, but there lives an issue with Lila. Oh, she's totally coming back, especially with her identity of being one of the children. I wonder what side she's gonna be on. Seems like her and Diego really do love each other. Maybe something good will come out of it. At last, on to the Academy people. Sir Reginald Hargreaves, apparently an alien, is making some different decisions here. My question is, why? We all thought he trained the Umbrella Academy to stop the apocalypse in 2019. But now there's no apocalypse. Why would he make a Sparrow Academy? Just to have some power against the Umbrella Academy? There is so much to learn from his backstory, and I can't wait to see more. I also want to know what happens to Pogo and Grace in the Sparrow timeline. Because of Diego's meddling, human Grace left Reggie earlier than before. I wonder if that's gonna change Pogo's life. I don't know if robot Grace would exist at all, because it seems like she was only developed because Vanya refused to eat. So no Vanya, no Grace. Who knows? Season 1 was about the Umbrella Academy people getting to know each other again and become united despite being physically together. And Season 2 was about them being more united, but have to physically find their way back to each other. Now they are together and united. I wonder what challenge will they face now, and what character growth can they have in the next season. My guess is that it's something to do with that, because they have overcome their differences with each other, but they never resolved their problem with Dad. Actually, it became worse after the Light Supper. I think that would be the main subject to explore in the next season. Comment below and let me know what you think will happen and who you think will come back. What songs do you want to hear in the next season? If you like my video, please consider buying me a coffee on ko-fi.com/theotherb. You can find the link in my description. Thank you for watching and see you next time.